So YouTube family, guys, ladies, everybody, Shedeur Sanders is in big trouble when it comes to the Cleveland Browns, but not really only from the organization. Cleveland local media seems to not want Shedeur in town. Maybe it's complexion issues with how they look or versus how Shedeur look. Maybe they got paid by the same owners who colluded against the Sanders family and other Colorado football players. But one thing we know for sure, they've been going out their way to say some of the most disparaging things about any human beings. And this is supposed to be the Cleveland media. Shedeur ain't even been there for a summer, ain't even been there for a moon, and they already want him to go. Guys, let's talk about it.
I've been broke so many times, I don't know what to believe. Mama say it's my fault, I wear my heart on my sleeve. Think it's best I put my...
So a local reporter who had the same sentiments like me about Cleveland, local reporters going out their way to lie, going out their way to miscover with their own narratives about Shedeur. It's like, just say you don't like him. You had the likes of Mr. Brennan. You had the likes of Emmett Golden. You got the likes of Tony Grossi and so much other more. I really could make content all day about just those Cleveland reporters. So I told myself, fall back. It's much other content that I need to do for you guys. So we're going to put everything into one and just talk about it instead of giving too much of these degenerates light. So I'm going to go play it first, but I'm going to listen to the brother and then I'm going to give my synopsis on it. But this beautiful black brother decided he's tired of Cleveland media because he's been seeing what I've been paying attention to. The false articles, the false scenarios, guys like Tony Grossi talking about I took notes, Shedeur threw the ball 3 of 8, which was a flat out lie. He did not even look at Shedeur playing. Even if he looked at Shedeur, all the rest of us was watching him. It was covered on all media outlets. It was covered on all media outlets. But these guys are coming with their own narrative, like Emmett Golden, the Oreo cookie guy, because he's a racial mixed type of dude. He's black, he's white, but we know what he really is. He goes out his way to attack the new Cleveland fans, a dying organization like Cleveland Browns. You would think they need fans, they need new energy, but who would have thought the complexion issue was far greater than bringing more money, more fans to your failed organization. But let me listen to this beautiful brother expose the Cleveland local media.
There's a lot of people that thought we was going to let y'all get that off. We wasn't going to let you get it off like that, man. We weren't going to do it. Because let me just tell you something. I was a little perturbed the last couple of days. Because I don't like how y'all try to put your thumbs on the scales. I didn't like it. Local media, it was nasty work. You guys try to put your thumb on the scale and weigh it down and try to be like, oh, yeah, actually, really, I got Dillon Gabriel winning this matchup. I actually have Dillon Gabriel. He was 100 for 100, and Dan Marino came out of the stands and told him that he was the greatest quarterback he's ever seen. Shut your mouth. You be lying. Shedeur Sanders not only won this quarterback competition on the field, he won the competition off the field and on the mic. There's a lot of people that thought we was going to let y'all get that off. We wasn't going to let you get it off like that, man. We weren't going to do it.
Hell no, we're not going to let y'all get it off like that. Shout out to that brother. If anybody know who he is, DM me or go in the comment sections of this video and let me know who that brother is. I want to reach out to him, bro, because everywhere you look on, forget about Cleveland media right now. Everywhere you look that has a brother that look like us in Shedeur, they're tap dancing. They're doing the most to behave in a, unilateral decision to be like, we're being with this group. You got clowns like Emmett Gold. I'm not playing their video because I did separate videos about these local media pundits who are going against Shedeur. But on this video, we're going to stick to real key talking points. Shedeur Sanders come from a great to-do family, a strong father. I'm not going to say black, white, or nothing, because all men can agree Young kids need a strong father in their life. You need the mother as well for the nurturing. Well, he has both. I'm not going to bring up he doesn't have any criminal records because nobody should have a criminal record. But it's sad that you even have to say that because they treat him as if he has some type of criminal record. The formalities in which they go out their ways to speak on Shedeur is one thing, because we know there are groups of people who don't like black folks. It is what it is. I'm not a professional victim. I don't cry about it. Again, I put the flashlight on the darkness. We're not crying about it here. We're being the guys who are not going to let you just come up with any fake narratives that you want. But I'm not going to lie to you guys. It's a problem, a problematic problem, because the local media has more powers than what you guys realize. It's one thing for ESPN and Fox Sports, the fake cosplaying brother Nick Wright, the ESPN Stephen A. Smith. Well, what you doing? All this charades and jigaboo antics that they do on TV. It's one thing for those national networks, but when it's your local media that got it in for you, it gives a green light to the coaches around that organization to do God knows what to that said so player, because they would be supported by local media. Therefore, national media would pick up on it. And let's just be real. Everybody on local media wants to get to the national way of things. So they do the most to get these hit pieces to be shock jocks so you can remember them with rage bait, and therefore they'll get paid by their masters. No, I do mean masters, but let's move forward with it. So you're looking at Kevin Stefansky, who already said, like basically we already seen what he said about Dillon Gabriel. He likes Dillon Gabriel more than Shedeur. He already went out his way to try to flip the script on when the reporters asked him, why did you give Dillon first reps? You know what I'm saying? Forget about him being drafted a little bit higher than Shedeur. Why would you give him first reps if you guys claim you believed in Shedeur? But we don't got to get into the semantics of that. But Kevin will go out his way and talk about, well, Shedeur did all right, but we'll see when these guys get in the pads. It's like he dismissed all the compliments, not the Cleveland media local pundits, but the actual real journalists who were all there. They were in awe of Shedeur. They were asking Kevin Stefansky real questions like, wow, are you amazed as well? And things like that. Kevin basically blew off that media like, bro, like, y'all really like Shedeur? I don't like that nigga. That's what he basically said to the media. And everybody can pick up on that. And the reporters did their job. But those reporters are professionals. When it comes to the local media, they're not professionals at all. They're degenerate turds like Brennan. Brennan is I think he's 70 years old or something like that. He's stuck in his ways. You know how I know Cleveland media didn't watch college football? They don't really pay attention to the NFL because Mr. Brennan would come out and I already dropped the video. Y'all can go check it out. He says, oh, Shedeur only did good because his dad was around, which is weird to say he only did good because his dad was around. And he had a lot of screen passes and he would dump it to Travis Hunter. That's why he had a lot of yards. Just say you don't watch sports and you don't follow Shedeur and you're not an expert at anything. Because had you guys watched football, Shedeur was excelling without Travis Hunter plenty of times. Travis was injured. Shedeur numbers went up, but they don't bring that up. And let's say if Travis was there all the games, Shedeur throws a lot of deep passes majority of the time. They were an offensive pro-style offense campaigned by no other than the great Pat Schumer, NFL great Pat Schumer, great coaching mind. But no, they negate that part to use their own rhetorics. Brennan would talk about the statistics showed. What statistics showed he does screen passes only? They say anything because they don't want you there. Some of them, it's personal. Others, they're being paid. And some other ones are just guys that are acquiescing and trying to get acceptance from said soul community. It's embarrassing, but local media are proving my point. This was the wrong franchise for Shedeur to be in. And I personally think no matter what franchise he went to, all the local media was going to behave this way. I mean, if the national media is already turning against Shedeur out of nowhere, why wouldn't the local media help their ratings, monetization, their focal standpoint where they could be a prominent force. We were the ones who told you get rid of Shedeur. So that's what I told you guys before you get your pom-pom celebrating that Shedeur is going to change the game. Will he even be given that opportunity to change the game? And that's the problem. I don't jump to balloons and throw celebrations and victories without seeing the goal first and making sure there's no hindrance in the way. But we see the hindrance. Cleveland local media, you played yourself. But one thing we know about Cleveland local media, when they look at our players, this is all that they see.
And you know what I'm tasting, Bobby?
Okra?
No. No, I taste victory. And I look around and I think we got a spicy team. Blacks and whites and blacks and Mexicans.
That's all they see when they talk about you. So I'm not mad at anybody from Cleveland local media. These videos are to exist so people who see one narrative, they can look at the other side and be like, you know what? I may not like DJ Bless One, but one thing about that Army veteran, that YouTube veteran, he's a solid dude, bro. Whether we don't agree with what he says, he never brings lies like these Mayo counterparts and Step Infections do. He doesn't, even though DJ Bless One may disagree with this person here, he's not going to construct some type of fallacies of lies to fit a certain narrative. I just don't do that. You know what I mean? So love your family, love your kids, and stay blessed. But I need you guys of all ethnicities to do one thing for me. First of all, hit the like button, share this video, and please subscribe, because voices like mine don't get moved around because we go against the grain. But what I need you guys to really do is never forget, this is always going to be deeper than football and bigger than football. I'm out, y'all.
I see the jealousy and hate. I see the jealousy and hate. Fuck that shit, we gon' be straight. Hold up, bitch. I see the jealousy and hate, but I got shit up on my sleeve. I see